On the surface, this album probably looks a little bit like a random selection of pieces, but to me, it makes perfect sense. I find it far more interesting to combine everything, to juxtapose these four works, from completely different eras, completely different times, and with very, very different messages. In all of these pieces, I feel that there's a certain undercurrent of intimacy. There's certain nuances of different types of loves. Chrysler wrote this piece imagining his beloved Vienna. It's a very nostalgic piece. The Stravinsky, in particular the Pas de Deux, can you think of a more voluptuous, more satisfying tone and texture? At the very end, there's this sweeping violin line. I go way up in the stratosphere, and Yekwon will play this wonderful, beautiful, creamy, velvety texture, and it makes you feel satisfied. Performing the Janacek in its entirety is a truly unique experience. I mean, at the end of the concert, everybody is just sort of gasping. It has so much drama to it, especially the very end of the last movement. There's this sense of utter desolation. You've gone through every possible point on the emotional spectrum that you can imagine, and you're just left kind of gasping for air. The Chrysler Viennese Rhapsodic Fantasietta is, I believe, the last piece that he ever wrote. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was panned when he first played it. People thought that he had gone off the deep end a little bit. It has the Viennese schmaltz, it has nostalgia, it has beauty, it has charm, it has everything that you can associate with Chrysler and with his playing and with that old world, old school style of being the ultimate gentleman, I guess. The Stravinsky Divertimento is an arrangement from the ballet music that he wrote with his longtime collaborator, Samuel Dushkin. And it's also a piece not played so often. And I think it has some of his trademark, at times frivolous music, at times absurd music, but throughout there's this unbelievable power in his rhythm. There is a thrill in performing a piece for the first time because there are no preconceived notions of what it should say or how it should sound or how you should vibrate or how this note should be colored. People are really listening with open ears, and in many ways you find yourself becoming more convincing because you have to win over the listener for the first time. And I think what's nice about taking that experience to older pieces is you can make old, dusty chestnuts that everybody knows sound like it had just been written yesterday. I mean, that should be our aim as a performer.